Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. I am Subhalakshmi Raut from Ambika Prasad Research Foundation, India, and we are continuing our UGC NET examination series for environmental science subject. And this is the 22nd part of Unit 3 Environmental Biology. And today we are going to briefly discuss about the types of ecosystems. So, there is a great diversity in the type of actual ecosystems. So, depending upon their nature, size, and components, ecosystems can be distinguished into small and large, complete and incomplete, or temporary or permanent ecosystems. So, we are going to discuss one by one. Um, First one is whether ecosystem is natural or artificial. Then we can know that the ecosystems which are developed under the natural conditions, that is without any human support, they are called natural ecosystems like pond, lake, desert, grassland, meadow, etc. But those ecosystems which are made, controlled, and modified by humans, um, on the basis of what they input into that, what output we get, and all that, the interactions in those ecosystems which are made by man are called artificial ecosystems, like um, modern cities or dams, orchards, gardens, aquariums, dams, um, biosphere, reserves, etc. are artificial ecosystems. Now, the next one is whether an ecosystem is temporary or permanent. On the basis of duration of the existence, ecosystems can be distinguished into temporary or permanent. Ecosystems which are short-lived are called temporary ecosystems, like um, rain-filled pond or some laboratory cultures of microbes. They are temporary ecosystems, but the self-supporting natural ecosystems which which can support themselves and other organisms for more or long period of time are called permanent ecosystems like forest, lake, etc. There are also complete and incomplete ecosystems. In case of complete ecosystems, they contain all the four basic components, that is abiotic substances, producers, consumers, and decomposers. And these are called basic components because these four components are required to circulate the food web or food cycle in the ecosystem. So if they are not present, then it is incomplete. Like in caves, um, you can find some um, type of components, but like there you cannot find any light, and where light is absent we cannot find any producers. So there are only consumers and decomposers in the cave. So it is an incomplete ecosystem because we cannot sustain in that type of ecosystem without the help of food producers. We cannot live in the cave forever without any sustenance. So it is an incomplete ecosystem. Now there are some small and some large ecosystems. So depending on their size, uh, there is a hierarchy of ecosystems that can be distinguished. Like first one is biosphere. It is the largest ecosystem which includes the entire planet. And next one is the mega ecosystem. It is a very large ecosystem within the biosphere, such as a marine ecosystem or terrestrial ecosystem. We can say they are mega ecosystems. Next one is macro ecosystem. They are large ecosystem within a mega ecosystem, such as forest. In the terrestrial ecosystem, forest is a large ecosystem, so that it can be called macro ecosystem. Next one is micro ecosystem. It is a small specific part of a large ecosystem that is part of a macro ecosystem with its own specialization, like uh, subalpine ecosystem or valley ecosystem. They are found inside the forest, but they have their own speciality, so they are distinguished into micro ecosystem. Next one is nano ecosystem. It's a very small ecosystem which can be present in micro, macro, or mega ecosystem. It's a very small part, and like a wooden log. A wooden log can be found inside the forest, and it also has some microbes and some small organisms. So that comprises nano ecosystem. Next one is microcosm, mesocosm, and macrocosm. Here, actually, microcosm is a little self-contained small world. These include bottles or containers such as aquarium, which can simulate in miniature nature of ecosystems, or they are also called micro ecosystems. So it actually, like if we throw a bottle outside um, without cap, water gets deposited inside the bottle, and there are development of some microbes and other small organisms which will provide a new or small ecosystem to various creatures in it. So that's microcosm or micro ecosystem. Mesocosm is mid-sized world, or they are more realistic and like some large experimental tanks or some outside enclosures which are subjected to the natural and environmental factors like uh, light, temperature, and they also contain larger organisms with uh, more complex lifestyles. And macrocosm is the natural or great world. This includes the planet Earth, large watersheds, or natural landscapes which are used for baseline measurements. Now, there can be energy based classification of ecosystems. So, it is the universally accepted concept of ecosystem, which brings about the fact that just as energy flow and material cycles form the basic core of of the functioning of the natural ecosystems, which is also true for man-made artificial ecosystems. So this is common. Energy flow is common in natural and artificial ecosystems. So the source of energy may be different, but the functioning is same. While natural ecosystems are mainly powered by the natural energy like sun, tides, waves, currents, etc., the artificial ecosystems are mainly powered by some auxiliary energy sources like fossil fuels. So, what is an auxiliary energy? It is any energy source other than solar energy which is used to um, raise the efficiency or the working of the ecosystem. So, based on the energy sources, there are different types of ecosystem. Um, in natural ecosystems, there are two types like natural unsubsidized solar powered ecosystems, and next one is solar powered ecosystems subsidized by other natural resources. And in artificial ecosystem, um, there is human subsidized solar powered ecosystem, and next is fuel powered ecosystems. So in case of natural ecosystem, the systems of nature that depend largely or entirely on sun rays, they can be designated as unsubsidized solar powered ecosystems. So unsubsidized because there is few available auxiliary energy sources to supplement solar radiation. So means the whole power comes from sun only. The open oceans or grasslands, lakes, they are examples of unsubsidized solar powered ecosystems. And next one is natural solar powered ecosystems subsidized by other natural energies. Um, for example, um, a coastal estuary is a natural ecosystem which is subsidized by auxiliary energy of tides, waves, and currents. And because the flow of water um, generates electricity or generates some currents which is transformed into um, heat energy form, which are used by different organisms. So the flow of water recycles the mineral nutrients and transport food and waste. So the organisms in an estuary can concentrate their efforts on more efficient conversion of energy of sun to organic matter. So in this, the solar radiation or the sun gets help from other natural resources like wind or water, so that the organisms can work efficiently in that area. Because if they consume energy for using the solar energy for production of food or anything, so they can produce more food amount, and other processes like the transport and transport of nutrients of foods can occur through water currents or some waves or tides. So this is natural solar powered ecosystems subsidized by other natural energies. And next one is artificial ecosystem. And first one is human subsidized solar powered ecosystems. These include the agriculture and aquaculture ecosystems. They are basically powered by solar energy, but um, human put a lot of auxiliary energy in the form of fertilizers, pesticides, or human and annual labor or fossil fuels into these ecosystems to increase the productivity. So it is human subsidized solar powered ecosystem. Uh, Next one is fuel powered. Here the examples are urban industrial ecosystem or techno ecosystems. These are examples of fuel powered ecosystem. and these systems involve advanced technology and powerful energy sources. So, in these ecosystems, the highly concentrated potential energy or fuel replaces the energy of sun. So, as you can see, cities, towns all run on electricity. Electricity comes from different sources, and they are due to some very advanced technology. So we are not dependent on sun in case of fuel powered ecosystem. And these ecosystems are competitive and parasitic on natural ecosystems, and they generate jobs but cause pollution and consume natural resources. Now, there are some major types of natural ecosystems like terrestrial, aquatic, and agroecosystems. So, a variety of natural ecosystems that are found over the planet Earth, which differ from each other in their structure, function, or both biologically and geographically. So, um, the ecosystems existing over land surface of the biosphere are called terrestrial ecosystems like desert, grasslands, forests, and major classes of these relatively contained terrestrial ecosystems occurring on a subcontinental or large land area basis are called biomes. In the next part, we will discuss about biomes. So today we'll just briefly discuss all these terms. And in the aquatic ecosystem, they are actually dominant feature of planet Earth and occupy more than 70% of its area. And there are three types of um, marine ecosystem or aquatic ecosystem. Um, they actually are marine, estuarine, and freshwater ecosystems. These we will also discuss more um, in the next parts. And marine ecosystems have more salt content, and actually these aquatic ecosystems are differentiated on the basis of the salt content. Marine have high amount of salt, and estuarine is the meeting point of uh, river and ocean. So it has some amount of salt, but it's medium. And freshwater ecosystems have very low um, salt content. Thank you. This is all from me today, and we are going to discuss more about these on other parts.